Okay, who's the top?
Who is in the very back? Is it Mika and Yönten?
We're still organized.
Okay.
Okay, people,
I will start.
please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Press it on. Now it's connected. You're behind the pole. So, of course, thank you very, very much to all the teachers and the Sangha. And I want to share something personal, which I started before in the question and asked, the answers and questions before. I had a vision of work I have to Lagish, which is in ceramics. And I had to do something about connection. And I wanted to do something about connection that is in connection with the gathering element of connection, because it has all kinds of course, ways to be. And I had this vision of a lot of bowls, just like the Sangha is, which are sitting one in each other, and it's like arising like a totem. It has all the meanings, all the people, all the individuals in one arising. I even don't want to say statue because it's so concrete, but being
Supporting and balance.
And with it, I thought about a point of view being in the lower side of the bowl and looking upwards through water and seeing this thing that arises, but through the water, it's not stable as we believe or concrete like we think it is really. It's more like broken or shaky. It was great being in this water and this bowl, being part of this empathy, very, very much nourishing. So thank you.
Thank you. Lovely. Thank you.
Yönten.
Hey, Nomi.
Hi. I almost didn't come to this retreat because last Wednesday I went through a surgery and I was very weak and I was in between, didn't decide until the last minute, and I'm so glad that I came. I absorbed so much. I from everyone here, from you, from all the recordings of the beautiful people that were giving us the lessons. And I'm so happy that I made the right decision to come to this retreat, though it was hard for me sometimes, but I'm really, really glad I was here. Thank you, all of you.
I'm glad. Hopefully you can rest after.
I rested here as well. I felt it was physically a rest, although mentally it was something else, but it was good. I think it was also with a curative effect on me.
Yeah. It's nice to see everybody together. I think that itself can be very healing. Just you're in the same room again.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, and I want to thank you very
Who are you? Relatively. Oh, Tirza.
I'm thinking about this very special opportunity we have here in the Sangha that we try to learn in the meditation to observe the observing mind, but we also have the opportunity to observe the observing mind of others, of all of us. When people share their process of observing their observing mind. So we have also a glimpse of that. So like Mila said about the bowls, and I think also of the process of observing the observing minds of the psychoanalytic Dharma and observing of the observing minds of the Buddhist Dharma, all the lineages and the interconnection between them. So it's very expanding. It's only, I want to be humble, it's a glimpse, it's not, but it's very expanding or expansive and opening. Thank you very much to you and Hanan and all of us.
Thank you. Yeah. Nessa. However is comfortable.
Of course, I want to thank you very much. You did it so. You worked so. I don't know if to say hard, but didn't look like you worked hard, and that's the main issue I have during this retreat. It's our last mass retreat, fourth one. And I was busy with the question, would I come next summer? Because it would be a choice. And that's a big question because I was wondering how is it it's hard. It was a very hard retreat for me. I worked really hard. And I was wondering with myself, does it have to feel hard in order to do the change and I'm very happy that during these 6 years we had to come to this retreat. We didn't have a choice. And the next summer I have to choose if to come and to work hard and is the harsh how to work hard but enjoy it, and and you are doing it. I think you are a model for me how you work hard and enjoy it. So thank you for that.
And you know, cohort 1, whether you come to the retreats in the future or you don't, you know, we are always connected now, and you can email me randomly in 5 years with something random and we will always be connected. So, you know, do what is useful, but you know, we are in each other's heart now.
Hi, Yönten.
Simona.
See me? I don't see
Simona.
myself. Hi. First of all, I wanted to say that you're a real virtuoso teacher because teaching without, we are all together and you are there and still there's so much here and you didn't see us maybe in this part of the room, but you were with us in every moment and it is incredible how you did it, really incredible. And then just a very quick thought about the very first time we learned about emptiness. I think it was the very first time with Sangye in Tuval. And I remember that she brought the example of the IKEA chair. And it reminds me how it's long and deep the way we went through, because this time, even though it was a very, very hard work, as Netta said, there was also something so organic and flowing, even in the hardness of the word. Sometimes it was really burning. So I just this even say thank you to Rana and to all of us here together for all the way we are going through together, and it's really, thank you so much.
Thank you. Run.
Continue. Hi, Yönten. To continue with Simona, I really felt that you are here. And this connection that developed with you on, I don't know, say from time to time, but it's very, very meaningful for me to find you, to have you in the world. And one thing I wanted to thank all of you for the session yesterday. It was a real teaching, and I wanted to say something that stayed with me when somebody said towards Madar or pointed about this about the weight and about the way connection between her and the patient. And yesterday Sigrid said something about the haircut, and I think I kind of saw a connection that also develops between our patients as idealized or I don't know, even I don't want to conceptualize it now, but something that in a way that they take part in our development and in our growth. We let them take part in our development and in a very experiential. Thank you.
Is it Orna?
Find myself.
You're fine.
I don't see myself.
I see you, but protect your knees. I worry about your knees.
The power. Thank the power. I just want to thank you very much. Without this seminar retreat, I wouldn't find few moments without thinking. And the fact that I found these rare moments without thinking was so blissful for me. And I need such a peaceful feeling that I know where to search for next. And it is from hard work. And it is from getting my body to a stone position and feeling like a stone sometimes. which is horrible for me, but this hard work gave me this glimpse, and I really want to thank you for that.
Thank you, Orna.
And
Ifrat?
and just had two thoughts, and the first of them was that I feel that I'm from cohort 2, and I feel younger when hearing all the people from the cohort 1 speaking, and I feel I have less experience. I can talk personally that I have less experience. And so it was very hard. I mean, it was a very intensive retreat, and I thought maybe it gives me some hope that maybe in 3.5 years I'll be able to. I mean, it was very beneficial. I did a lot, but I felt that I'm a toddler, maybe too fast in the 2nd grade. I'm still, in kindergarten. And so that was one thought. And hearing my friends who have more experience and have like 13 retreats makes me like think about the way that I still have to in front of me. And the other things I really want to join everyone with it's a huge effort, and the effort from your side was very, very noticeable. And but I want to also say to thank Helena, especially. I think because we don't know, that there's a backstage for the retreat. We don't really know, but I had a feeling that there were like an unbelievable amount of technical difficulties, which I had a feeling she's constantly working to fix, and did fix. And I'm really grateful for it, because without air conditioning, it would have been even harder. So, I'm sure Rana and Iris agree, but I really feel it was like laboring, and Yönten, many people. So I really want to thank also for people who are the matzah.
Amen. Hey.
Thank you so much. To meditate on the mind was such a challenge, and yet it gave a sense to the way that a deeper understanding can elaborate so many daily life challenges, and also in the clinical, in the unduality, empathic stance. So thank you for that, for so much more.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
I somehow managed to convince myself that goodbyes are also empty. But I'm not joking about it. I'm still reacting. I can't get impartial as far as goodbyes are concerned, and especially a goodbye from you, or sort of goodbye, because this is the last time that we are officially learning from you, but I keep learning from you all the time. And from what you are saying, from what you are doing, from what you are not saying and not doing, the way you are. And I also want to thank Sandra, because I learned so much from all of you, from each and every one of you, and from all of us together. Thank to the leading committee, and to Yönten,
took part of Karina's suffering with retreat and made a lot of things happening behind the curtains that we couldn't see, but we felt. And the next Monday, we're gonna all meet an Israeli poet. Her name is Rachel Halfi. And during the retreat, she sent me some poems for the meeting that we're going to have with the next Monday. And I'm sorry that I can't translate it in English, but I wanna read one of the songs that I feel is very much relevant to this retreat. And I just tell you in English that it's about a fish who is a sculptor, and he's trying to make a sculpture out of water, a sculpture of love out of water. So I'll read it in Hebrew. אני הדג המפסל, בחומר הקשה מכל. אני מפסל במים, והמים מקבלים אותי כמו אישה בשלה. כאילו תמיד, כאילו כבר לא. אין רגע אחרי הגילוי, אין רגע לפני. רק רעד המים שבין הזמנים. ראו איך, כמה יפים, יצאו מתחת ידי, חומקים כעופרים נבלים, מים מפוסלים. לפסל אהבה, איך לפסל אהבה תוך מים, רושפה בפנים. וידי לשה במים, רוצה להקפיא אהבה. והמים שוטפים את האהבה. ואני מעצב אותם בעצבות ירוקה, והם מכסים עליי בשמיכה עמוקה. כאילו יפה לנו שתיקה. Thank you very much, Yönten.
Thank you, Yael.
Hi, Yönten.
Hey.
I wanted to share that before, when I tried to prepare myself to this retreat, I thought a lot about mother and motherhood. And it was a huge surprise for me to learn here. And I feel that I will need to think about it a lot. That motherhood and mother, it's represented emptiness. It's really surprised me. So thank you about this. And I also felt that all the analysis that we brought here, so many good people hold them that I'm sure that it's influenced them in some way. I don't know how, but I'm sure. And many times during the days, I was really sorry that you were not sitting here near Anan, and it was alone here. So yeah. Every time we were in live here, so it was good. I felt like maybe you are here with us, not just online. And I wanted to thank Karina and Yönten and all the yeah, that I felt that in these conditions you work harder than others retreat. So thank you. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah, of course.
Hi,
Talia.
I started this retreat with deep gratitude for being here, for not taking anything for granted, for you being with us, continued and thinking about how much effort you put into being with us with the time change and being online. There's no comparison, just feeling you even in this presence is better than recordings, that's for sure. And then I had to leave during the day when we started the retreat of recognizing my mother. to go to my son's graduation of high school in the evening. And he wouldn't tell me what it's about or what's going to happen. He was keeping everything a surprise. And as I walk into the auditorium, I see on the screen How I Met My Mother, your mother. And it was like everything felt like all the completeness dissolved. And he learns in Lod, so the city was there, and the name of the school is Atid, which is future. And the mayor of Lod came and spoke very hopefully about the future of Lod. And it just felt, it went on, and everything was so connected and interconnected. And, you know, having an 18-year-old that you have to kind of release to the world. And something about the interconnectedness that really enabled it to be more flowing. You could feel the flow from in life, and it continued. And this retreat was very intense, very hard work. I still have to, I don't have any conceptualization of it yet. So I have to still think about it. So it feels like you can't really think about it. You need time to kind of process. But I ended, like I'll tell you in a way, having deep longing. That was my feeling at the end, for you to be here. But something about the longing that held everything together. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Yours. Hey.
This is, yeah, I'm also ending, and my son is also going to join the family, and I'm tearing over inspiration, and run on emotions are allowed. And I also had in mind, like, of the event we had with you, and the ending brings me to what we didn't yet sculpture out of this potentiality. So I'm kind of asking, well, like many things, I'm thinking, well, I have so much work to practice on the very basic about being with the breath, etc. But then you can learn everything and still come back to the first, to the, and now I'm, well, what we didn't ask you yet to teach us, and thinking, well, it's not going to be here forever. So either we ask from her, so I'm there.
You can ask anytime.
Hi, Yönten. I can't find words to thank you on behalf of all of us for all these years and the years that we've come. We are the last part of our program. This is just looking for many years, many years with you. So the learning is so vast, you know. All the retreat we were talking about observing, but with you it's observing, not to observe. The Dharma is all around us, all the time, even when it is tough, when it is hard to sit, think. Just knowing that the Sangha and the Dharma, your teachers, all the time here, I think it's incredible. When I talk about mothers, during of this week, Mali, my wife, the mother of my children, was sick, and I had to go home. And once I heard that all the teachers and you are, we are like children, but I heard someone that had problems with his mother. The teacher told him, "Can you look for 1 week, see your mother as if you were her mother, and try to see her as if you were her mother." And it changed his view. So we are also mothers to our mothers. So thank you very much.
Antal. Hi, Antal.
Wow, it's hard to conclude. I felt it was very interesting, deep, meaningful retreat. It was intense, but somehow relaxing. Deepens our understanding and meditative experience. I think I felt for the first time how to be, what is the difference between focusing and abiding. So it was intense yet relaxing. I think good retreat is something that leaves you with clarity and curiosity for the future. So thank you for that. Thank you for introducing us to Mudra and Moshe and Roger Jackson. It was interesting. I think that we have to revisit those meditations and ideas. And thank you for the whole semester, for the whole semesters. I always felt that you are a very, well, capital T teacher for us. For that, thank you, Anna, and Vada Tibui, Yönten, and Sandra, and our guests. See you.
Is it Noah? Hi.
Thank you very much for the retreat and in all the semesters before this last semester. And continuing until you are the teacher, our teacher. How I feel. For me, it was the first time I leave my boys for 5 days. They were born. It wasn't easy. I found out that the inner noise is noisier than noise of my free time. Much more difficult to deal with for me. So it wasn't always a joyful effort. It was an effort, not always joyful, but, for a few minutes, moments. But I loved the poem about recognizing your mother, and it helped me with the feelings about being away from home, my son. And I thank you for that. And I thank the Sangha, all of you, because I feel that I couldn't, it's impossible without everybody here. And Vada everyone that took part in it. And I hope to see you soon here, live, standing, all of you.
Same.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Yönten. First, thank you for this retreat and for all the way you're doing with us. And I feel I'm on the path in my written, maybe one step forward, one step aside. I feel that I can see sometimes the wisdom in the ordinary life. And this makes me happy because not only in the retreats or in the meditations, for example, in songs. And I also wrote you that during this retreat, I had this Beatles song, Let It Be, that everybody knows proudly. And then Paul McCartney speaking about his lost mother, her name was Mary. And there are some wisdom there also, even maybe the name of the song, Let It Be, one can hear Let It Be and Let It Go. And he's saying, if I can quote right, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And also in another chapter of the song, when all the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Although they may be parted, there is still a chance that they would see there will be an answer, let it be. And I feel that our work maybe make it closer, his answer. And Ranan, you said that you saw us growing in the treating sessions. And I also felt that, and I felt that we can feel the special way we're going here together for our analysis and for us. And yeah, I hope it makes you also happy. And I want to thank Karina and Iris and all the Sangha. Thank you.
Hey.
I want to thank you very much. I love you. I wanted to say two short things, one about chocolate and one about recognizing my father. It was quite difficult going to the altar, and there was so many chocolate for Buddha, and he didn't take any, and we had to wait and wait till the end of the retreat. And then I thought, it's obvious, but the path to enlightenment is long and slow, and the path to gaining weight is quick and short. And I wish it were the other way around.
Me too.
The ultimate makes me so hungry. And another thing I want to say about recognizing my father, I called my analyst Yair, my father's name is Yair. And he doesn't understand what wise analysis 4 years, 4 times a week. So I wanted him to know something about analysis through calling the patient Yair. And so many times his name came up in the Gompa with such love and appreciation. So it was a gift for me. And also Yair is the mayor of Lod, Yair Vivo, and Yair Netanyahu, and Yair Stern, and Abu Yair. So yes, it will imitate what Yair. Thank you very much, and thank you, Rana, Iris, Karina, Yönten, all the Sangha. Yönten.
Edna.
Yair is also the name of 2 kids, at least 2, from the Sangha here. So it's a lovely name to hear. I think it was in the beginning of the retreat that we found out that there has been a change, a radical change in our governments. I think it was 2015 that I remember myself talking to Ali, being devastated about the elections back then. And we had 4, I think, very bad years for this country regarding the government. Not the only bad years, but still. So I was really happy, as many here, I was really happy that change could be possible. Change had occurred, and happy for the effort that we put into it. Many people here as well. Knowing that it's empty from its own side and still recognizing that there is this moment. I appreciate so much your teachings, as always. It is so, so dear to me. It was very hard this time, as your teachings were so clear, so concise, so wonderful, and me and my mind so elsewhere. I mean, so wrecked and broken, and so it was almost an absurd, this gap. But I had meaningful moments, and I also appreciate so much the teachings from Yasser Rinpoche. It was so touching. We talked about, I'm not sure I'm quoting it correctly, but he talked about focusing at anything. It touched me profoundly, and I could feel something there. So thank you so much, and thank you everybody for all the preparations and that's it.
Yönten.
Yönten.
Thank you so much for the subject of this retreat. I don't remember exactly when it was, but it was in one of the winter retreats with Sangha Kadra. On the last day, there was a talk about the Mahamudra. And I thought to myself, when the retreat will end, I'll probably go and read about it more and hear about it. And it didn't happen yet. So I'm very, very grateful for it. It's very interesting, sometimes challenging.
But I feel maybe it gives a way that in certain ways it's challenging, but maybe easier concerning the thoughts that are very intensive sometimes. And I must say I wasn't aware that much about the idea that this is a last retreat as a formal group together. So this brings all kind of thoughts. But what I'm thinking about always at the end of the retreat, and I feel this is the next challenging part, is what would be tomorrow with practice and what was observed here. What should I expect for myself, and that is realistic, and I think that this is something very challenging. How to take what's happened here into the near future. So this is something. So thank you so much. We're waiting to see you here.
Thank you.
I am
Hey.
I want to thank you for your effort in learning cohort and understanding us. I think you are very special in that aspect. As a teacher for us, it's very precious. Because I think every time, especially in question and answers, when we ask you, I think it's super helps us in the big mission of also doing our path, individual path, and expanding the understanding of what we are doing, which is very important, I think. And your clear understanding of the Dharma, the teachings, and your trying to understand and learn about our way, respect it. It's very helpful. And I think we have a lot to learn from you in this specific aspect, as we do, as I feel we need more to. I can engage in one special concept and have a lot of conversation between us and with you in our personal experience of each one of here in the Sangha, which is very important. And so I have a feeling wanting more of that, and a feeling it's very unique. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I see you.
I also want to thank you so much. And it's been such a long way. And I remember when you first visit with us, even before the building was renovated. And it's such a long time and such a big part of our and my life. And even when I heard your voice coming from speaker, your voice, closing my eyes and from the side up there, and it felt so natural, made a lot of sense. But still, it feels like a long way, but a little first, and it's very confronting because I felt I worked so hard. It was this retreat was a lot of work and very confronting how more should be done.
Thank you, and also for everybody in the treating session, treating sessions, and I feel like always, but it's building our vocabulary, our Sangha vocabulary. And,
Thank you. Thank you. I'm remembering our first day together teaching down at the spiritual center with cohort 1. And I came in and I was finding some very tiny whiteboard to write my very tiny notes. And that cat that was down there had like left a big puddle of urine in the corner. And I thought, oh, I should clean it. And then Sigalit said, no, we can clean it. And I remember thinking what a cute argument to have for first day of school. And how much like family, you know, it felt like sort of a family argument, who is going to clean up the cat problem. Aye.
Start with the M.
Always. And home. That's what I feel this program is for me. And I feel that that's what you are. Since I met you years ago, and to come back to this summer retreat is reconnecting live, because I have an everyday conversation also with you, but to be here with the Sangha and this unique Sangha, meeting committee, teacher, is to give a place to a longing. I thought that recognizing my mother is a journey of longing. It should be, and it's very suitable to our this program point of view. And that's what we are, I think that what we are giving or enabling our patients is to renew their longings, and, recognizing the mother is a journey of renew the longing, and always longing for the future. Just in memory, the beginning, with a very warm and deep feeling in me, but also arose a longing for the future, always.
And I thought about something about what is the myth of this journey, because in psychoanalysis, Freud gave the mythological story of the journey of the mind was the Oedipal myth. And the Oedipal myth is embodied character of the broken families that we met here in the analysis stories of very the father is very tough and against the son being grown up and don't have the ability to make him grow. And the mothers are very weak, like Yocasta, the mothers of Oedipus that didn't say a word about his trying sending him away. So this is the first mythological story. And then came Kohut, and with self-psychology, he put another myth in there. This is the Odysseus myth. Now I think maybe there is a time to put our attention to inspiring in this from you, Hanan, and this in this retreat, and recognizing my mother is maybe in the self-psychology and self-object psychology that is developing here. And now is not changing the myth, but changing maybe widening our awareness not only to the Odysseus, but to the feminine presence of this story. And this is Penelope. Penelope, she's my hero in this story also, because I think she's embodied the mother in recognizing my mother and happiness in a way, because she's waiting, but in very active waiting. And she's waiting for the father to make her the journey. And she's not submission to no man, many men are trying to possess her, but they cannot succeed because she cannot be occupied. And what she's doing, and she's not only the wife of Odysseus, she's also the mother of Telemachus, the son, and they together are working. And what she's doing, that's the thing that she's sewing. Is what?
She's weaving.
Weaving. She's weaving at the day and undo it at the night to nothing. And then the next day she's weaving again. And that's what she's doing. This is the process of form and empty, the movement between them. And so, and that's something that the way you taught us was inspired for me to think about this. And this is embodied in the way that you are teaching us, as was said so deeply and with a lot of love. And, deep thank you to you and to Healing Committee, teacher, Sandra. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yönten, I'm really, really grateful to you from the depths of my heart for everything. I think it was really a good intuition to choose this. So I think it's connecting to many areas in psychoanalysis. And I think about you as a mother of the house for me, in a way. You have here many children that are looking up to you, and perhaps many children in the world. I thought about also Winnicott. He didn't have children, but he is the mother for me. He's the mother in psychoanalysis. His inspiration is for motherhood. And through this Dharma teaching, I deepen my understanding into also self-psychology and also Winnicott. They are combined for me, complementary. And I thank you for introducing the activity. I don't know, for me it was extraordinary to see him. It's different from the Dalai Lama, but he has a presence, a unique presence, very intensified, very deep knowing somehow. I cannot tell in words, but I want more of it somehow. And I thank you very much, Ron. I'm grateful from the depths of my heart for you. I feel that as if we are sitting in your vision, in your mind-aligning vision, I don't know. And it contributes so much to my life, so, in many ways. So thank you. And for Karina and Iris and Jonathan, I think that this vision will not be embodied without you. So you, for your caring and for your suffering. And I feel that also in this Sangha there is so much wisdom, and so much kindness, and so much compassion. It's amazing. And people say things so accusingly. Emptiness gives opportunity to speak very accurately. And it's amazing. And I feel on the verge of tears and of happiness and humor. There is Madame with her humor. And you know, I come from these retreats for many years out of choice. And I think it's good, always beneficial, always good one. So thank you very much.
I want to say something too. Hi. Yeah. No. No.
There is your face.
Yeah. I just want to talk to everybody. Caught 24th lecture in the Chicago lectures is about tea. It's about he asks the students for questions, and they give him all kinds of questions, and he part humorously say, okay, the only thing that combines the question is they begin with T, technique, termination, and trial internalization. But I think there are another two T's in the room. The first one is the capital T that was mentioned, you becoming a teacher. And the other one is that something that is combining all of us, it's about transmission. I noticed that you started teaching and saying, who taught you? I mean, you are like all big teachers, like the Dalai Lama, give tribute to the teachers that taught you the text and as a transmission. And I think, and so in a way, we are part of your lineage, and we have, like you, we have two lineages. We have the Buddhist one and we have the psychoanalytic one. And like Nikki said, we are part of the human spirit lineage that is started here and started already And in the end of this retreat, I think that, and Yönten is part of the symbolism of it, but it's the end of the first cohort studies very soon. And I think we started a tradition, that's a T as well. We started a tradition and there is a transmission. It goes both ways and always and to all the directions. And I hope we will not just see you, but I really want you to understand, like I'm always saying, that I'm planning to keep coming to these retreats till, like Yönten said at the beginning of that meditation, till old age and so on, forget that. And I hope you'll be hosting, you and your students will be hosting us in the elderly section of the retreat. So it is a part of the transmission, and thank you for being here, everybody. And we have really a lot of hopes and expectations and dreams and emptiness about your deeds. And thank you, Yönten, for being a part of this thing. And we are keeping your lineage as well.
Toda. Is it honey? Hey.
Yönten, I wanted to add another two T's. One is text and another is time. And I was immersed with the idea of time, and I don't know if this is the right place to say, but I want to recommend an article by Ra'anan called המימד האטמפורלי פסיכואנליזה, למי שלא מכיר. Maybe thought, I think it helped me a lot. This was a very intense retreat for me, and I'm sorry that sometimes I have to speak with people. Sorry, every time that I thank you, I'm crying. I don't know why that is. So I'm sorry if I have to speak sometimes. I could not keep the silence because I felt that I need to clarify ideas. So,
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry if I interrupted. But again, thank you so much for this retreat. And I feel that we are all in your lab, becoming and becoming, and in our land also. And I think it's a great opportunity to be a part of this center. And you're a great teacher. I think I'm very sorry that this semester I could not attend your lessons, but I waited very much to attend here the retreat. So thank you, Tada Pigui, and Karim, and everyone. It was a lovely experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. Oh, you're here. You were hiding in the corner. I didn't know. Yay.
Now add another T, the big T of the teacher, which is the matrix for transformation. And I think the whole your transmission, Anand's vision, the whole Sangha as a whole, and each individual here is, for me, and enables me transformation ongoing for many, many years. Every time I'm here, I feel the wisdom of thousands of years is present too. And I always find it's difficult for me to find words that capture my depth of my thinking and the transformation his sacrament, Yönten, Rheinland, steering committee in the whole Sunday. And I know every time I know when I come to retreat, it will be very significant. I don't know how. Each time I find it really significant, and this time I think that's both recognizing my mother and the emptiness is getting more and more my understanding of emptiness. And the Mamluka, it's like a new horizon for me for to be engaged in the future years. And then this summer, I hope to see also the plan to continue with us. And thank you very much for your dedication, big engagement, big involvement. And see you next time.
See you soon. Is it Andrea back there?
If there is anybody that wants to say something quick, because the 10 last minutes are reserved for the first cohort. So last minutes, yes. Anybody?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm used to sleep not many hours a day, a night, but this night I barely slept 1.5 hours. But I was very, very calm, and I was noticing that my body, although it gets older, and there is a law of getting old and sick and dying. And I'm so grateful for you for what you chose to terminate this retreat with dying process reminders. But what I've noticed that my body is calm, as if something very new is coming into it. And I'm sure it is something connected with the Mahamudra, which I like very, very much. And I'm reading a lot of it, but my great sorrow, I haven't teachers that I can really attend to get advice and so on. But I think that it's only the beginning of it, and I know that something is going to ripen for us, for all of us, not only for me or for a few of us, but I think that something is, I really feel it as a karmic change in the Sangha future. And I can't express our gratitude to you. I think that people don't understand what it takes for a nun, what it takes for a profound Buddhist person to get engaged in such peculiar and unique format of the life. Nun, connecting yourself with us, with this project, with this daring and sometimes courageous and on the verge of the unrealistic one. It's something that I don't know if we can cherish enough. And I really want you to know that the hearts feel much more than words can express. And what I've told these brief comments, that I can see the growing of the Sangha, the growing of each and every one of you in a very
very unique way. It's something so magnificent, really. And I do know, although the changes of the project in terms of being able to continue in the same format for the city of Lod, as an example or even as a metaphor for Israel, for the really narcissistic, injured collective self and the self-cherishing of the Israeli population. I know that we are on the verge of all kinds of changes, which looked as if they are lessening what we are bringing to God, but I do know that we are on the verge of something new. And I know that the Sangha, the graduated cohort 1 and the cohort 2 and the cohort the third cohort that will join us, I know that we are going to do something which is really rewarding for every one of us and for the city of Lod. And hopefully for other things to come and to learn. So please take care, and we are hoping to see you in February.
Unless another pandemic. I come. Is there anybody else that wanted to add anything?
Yeah, yes, cohort 1 is something to say.
Oh. In one voice.
Yes. During the riots in Lod, Talia took a beautiful picture of a sycamore tree and she framed it. And now Iran will bring it to the camera so you could see it. And we thought about the text of Martin Buber, which speaks about non-duality between us and the tree. And
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Wow. What does it say at the top?
you have it in your WhatsApp from Talia. You have the text of the greeting and also the text of Martin Buber.
Okay. I see, yeah.
We are all, I don't know if it's translated also. So the picture is also translated to you. It says we are all human and shared. I don't know how you wrote it.
Oh, yeah.
You read it. So.
I can see, yeah, it's beautiful.
כולנו כל בני האדם דומים וחולקים באופן עמוק בסיס משותף. הכמיהה לשלווה פנימית ולאושר, לכן כל אדם שפוגש אני לעולם אינו זר לי. It's from the Dalai Lama.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
And it's in Arabic also as well.
It's so beautiful. Amazing. Will we hang it at school?
Yönten, we first begin with the greeting. You have it in English? Okay?
Yes.
After that, we will read the Martin Buber. I'm reading in Hebrew. ללינוער, איריס קרינה, רענן, יונתן, וכל המורים המדריכים ויקרים בדרך. תודה שאתם לנו בצד, שמיים ואדמה, להצמחת טבענו, ומאפשר לפגוש אדם בעולם ללא מחיצה, הודיה עמוקה לעובדי רוח אדם. וקצת על התמונה. התמונה נוצרה מתוך זעזוע המפגש, הקרוב עם האירועים המטלטלים בלוד, באזור ובארץ כולה, מתוך רצון, אמונה ותקווה, לשיבה אלינו הביתה, על מנת לשוב ולפתוח דלת לכל אדם, ואפשר גם להגיד, לפתוח דעת לכל אדם. העץ סולם עם חזרה לרוח אדם, תוך קרבה גדולה לעץ, כשהמבט נישא מעלה. האצנתר בשדרות ירושלים, מעט לפני הפנייה לרחוב קוטנר, המוביל הביתה. זהו עת שקמה שהמריא את הסוד, נהגה לשבת תחתיו, ועת שבקרב מעליית הנוער, והיו באזור כולו. מסגרת העץ הינה טבעית, עץ אורן, שעם חלוף השנים גם משתנה ויספוג את חיי הבית לתוכו. בחרנו בשרופית מדריקה, מתוך מחשבה שהאדם המביט בתמונה יראה את פניו ליבתים, וכך יהיה גם הוא, כלול בגזע העץ ובאמיריו, ובחרות תזכורת להתבססות המחיצה, ומצפה למצפה.
I just want to correct, it's not just from cohort 1, it's from both. So, I'll read the Martin Buber text now. You can read it in English in your WhatsApp.
I like Buber a lot.
Yeah, we also do. הרי אני מסתכל בעיניים. יכולה לי לראותו בחינת מראה. עמוד קפוא אפוף אורה, או ירוקה ניתזת השקויה ענבת חן של כחול אשר נקיע הקסם. יכולה לי לחוש אותו בחינת תנועה. גיד שופע בגזע הדבק ושואף אליו. יכולה לי לחוש יניקתם של השורשים, נשימת העלים, מגע ומסע בלתי פוסק על האדמה, עם האוויר, ולחוש את הגידול עצמו שבחביון האפלה. יכולה לי לשייך אותו למינו וסוגו, ולהתבונן בו בחינת תופס יחיד, לראות מה מבנהו ומערכות חייו. יכולה לי לפסוח פסיכה גמורה על ייחודו וצביונו, ושוב לא אראה בו אלא מבע לחוק בלבד, מבע לחוקים שלפיהם מתיישבים והולכים בלי הרף ניגודי כוחות שאינם פוסקים, ומבע לחוקים שלפיהם מתערבים החומרים ומתפרדים. יכולה לי להקלישו ולהנציחו כדי מספר, כדי יחס מספרי בכולו. בכל אלה אין האילן אלא עצם לנגדי, מקומו לא וזמנו לא, סוגו עמו וטיב לו. אולם יכול גם שיתרחש מתוך רצון וחסד כאחד, שעם הסתכלותי באילן היה משובץ בזיקה אליו, והוא שוב אינו לז. עוצמתה של הבלבדיות תפסתני, ואין צורך כל עיקר שאהיה מוותר על שום דרך מדרכי ההסתכלות שלי. אין דבר שאהיה חייב על היסח הדעת ממנו, ואין דבר שאהיה חייב על שכחתה, אלא הכל מראה ותנועה, מין ותופס, חוק ומספר, כולם בו, מאוחדים ללא הפרד. כל מה שמגופו של אילן הוא כלול בתוכו, צורתו, מוכניותו שלו, גווניו וכימיה שלו, שיחו ושיגו עם יסודות בראשית, ושיחי ושיגו עם גורמי השמיים, והכל בשלמות אחת. אין האילן רושם מן הראשונים, אינו משחק לכוח המדמה שלי. לא יקרת חליפות רוחי, אלא ממש הוא השרוי ועומד נכוחי. הוא לי כשם שאני לא, אלא באופן אחר.
ואל יבואו להקדיש טעמה של זיקה. זיקת גומלין היא, אם כן, תודעה לו לאילן כביכול, ודומה לשלנו. אין אני נודע אותה, אברהם, כלום יש ברצונכם לנתח שוב את שאינו בניתוח, משום שדומה עליכם כאילו עלה דבר זה בידכם לגביכם. לא פגעה בי שום נשמה של אילן ולא בטח, אלא הוא עצמו.
Thank you.
Thank you. All of you.
Thank you. It's beautiful. Really lovely. Thank you. Yeah, and thank you all very much for this effort. I know that I push you, and I know that I sort of demand an amount of concentration or thought that is maybe not always comfortable, and it's because I have so much respect in your potential and your abilities, and it's kind that you refer to me as a teacher is very kind. I hope to live up to it, but know that you are also my teacher, and that when I teach you guys particularly, there is nothing about my knowledge or experience that I can take for granted. I can't assume anything about what I know or what I've experienced. I have to come at it from a whole different angle when speaking to you all. And that makes my own experience even more rich. And I think it has a really positive effect then on anyone else that I have to teach. So you being who you are helps me be a better teacher, and I deeply appreciate it, really deeply. And the leading committee puts so much energy into trying to explain your worldview to me, and I appreciate how much they try to translate ideas and try to embody two different schools of thought and the way in which all three of them integrate that uniquely within themselves. So, we're very lucky to have Ranan, Iris, and Karina to kind of model how to integrate these two schools of thought so beautifully. And so I really deeply thank them as well. And yes, goodbye is empty of inherent existence. And you, especially cohort 1, who I might not see as often, we are together. So it will be natural and we will just be together, however it is, physically or mentally or whatever. We are in each other's hearts. So thank you for all of these years. It's been so beautiful to be with you and such an honor to get to share these ideas with you. And thank you so much. I love you all so much, really deeply from my heart. Yeah.
Thank you for staying up so late.
And I think there is some presents for cohort 1 and cohort 2 that someone will distribute after I go to bed. And enjoy that. It's just more work, really. It's more study. And let's just briefly dedicate this session, and you can have a little stretch and have your final meditation together. So let's make dedication to actualize bodhicitta. Jancho semcho rinpoche, ma ke panam ke gyuachi, ke panyam pa me pai, gone gondu pelwan sho. And to actualize emptiness. Toni dawa rinpoche, ma ke panam ke gyuachi, ke panyam pa me pai, gone gondu pelwa sho. Okay. So I'll see you all hopefully in person next year, and if not, then online, but we are in each other's hearts, so I'm not worried. Laila tov, boker tov, all the tovs.